hooked yet. I posted on my Instagram story and I asked you guys to ask me questions. I said I was going to be doing a Q&A for this YouTube video. So here it is. Instead of a fishing video this week, we're going to go ahead and do a Q&A. Let's get into it. First question, do you fish? I thought that was a good question to start with. Yes, I fish. Do you like cactuses? Yeah, they're chill. I chose the cactus question because I used to think cactuses were only like 6 feet tall. I saw a picture of my manager and her family standing in front of this giant cactus. I'm talking like, it was probably like 20 feet tall, like 25 feet tall, maybe. Like, it was huge. And I was like, that's not a real cactus, is it? And that's the story of how I found out that cactuses grow a lot taller than just 6 feet tall. If I only had to catch one type of fish the rest of forever, what would it be? It would probably have to be a carp. Just because the fight is insane. Are you going to travel out of state to fish? Stay tuned for that question. Stay tuned this summer. Can you dunk? Maybe on like one of those little plastic ones. I could probably do that one. I could probably dunk that. But on an actual basketball hoop? Probably not. What got you into fishing? So this is actually a question that I get asked quite a bit. Whenever I was younger, I used to go fishing with my grandpa. And then as I got older, I kind of like stopped fishing. And then into adulthood, there was a point where my older brother, he was going catfishing and he invited me to go with him, and that just kind of like, it almost like gave me my spark back, if that makes sense. Like it relit the passion that I had. Originally I was going catfishing with him, and then whenever hunting season would roll around, he didn't want to go fishing anymore. He was focused on hunting. So I started picking up bass fishing. And that's kind of whenever the videos started. I started bass fishing and I decided I would start recording it. And it's funny because you can look back at my old videos and you see that I do things completely wrong. I had no idea what I was doing when it came to bass fishing, but I truly have learned a lot. But yeah, so that is kind of what got me, I guess, back into fishing, my older brother. And then as time went on, I decided I wanted to continue fishing even whenever he was hunting, and that's what brought these videos on. So pretty cool. My favorite catch so far, this is an exciting one, it was actually my PB catfish. I'll put a picture up right here. This was probably one of my favorite fish to catch because I went with my brother that night and I took a video on my Instagram story before we even went out fishing. And I'll post here what I said.
Hello, everybody in the internet. I would like to come on here and say that tonight is the night that I catch my PB catfish.
And I don't know what it was about that day, but I just had this feeling. I was like, I'm gonna catch my PB catfish. Like, it's gonna happen. And then we were getting close to midnight, and my brother was like, well, he's like, I'm gonna give it like 15 more minutes and then I'm leaving. And I was like, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, like, my brother doesn't mess around whenever he says that. Like, if he says I'm leaving in 15 minutes, like, he's leaving in 15 minutes. And so I was like, oh, okay. And I'm just like sitting there and I get on my phone and I start recording a video for Instagram, and I'm basically saying like we're gonna be leaving here in like 5 minutes. And I was explaining like whenever we first got there, like my brother had a really big bite, but he didn't hook it. And then I was like, I had a bite, but it ran itself into a tree, like snagged itself into a tree. And I was like, man, like, and as I'm telling the story, like I'm talking to my phone, my rod just gets taken down. And I was like, oh my gosh, I grab it, get the fish in very quickly, actually. I was surprised with how quick I got it in. And I remember like my brother, he's like he's like coaching me and he's like, don't let it run you into those trees. Don't let it run you into those trees. I'm like, I'm trying. And I hear him say, that's a 30-pound fish. And I was like, because before this, my PB was maybe like a 4 or 5-pound catfish. And so he's like, that's like a 30-pound fish. And I was like, no freaking way. Like, and so I get it in, and sure enough, we weigh it and it was 28.96 pounds. So it was just the coolest experience. Even my brother was like showing my fish off. He was showing his friends and stuff. So it was just a really proud moment. I really enjoyed that experience and I was really glad that my brother was there with me. One of my fishing goals by the end of the summer, I have a couple fishing goals, but one of them that I feel like is more realistic is to catch a trout. I really want to catch a trout. I've tried targeting trout and I go home skunked every single time. Another goal of mine is to do a catch and cook. I really want to do a catch and cook for my YouTube channel. A lot of people have asked for one. I really, really want to do it. I would love to do it with a trout because I've had smoked trout deviled eggs. I had it whenever I was in Wisconsin and it was actually really, really good. But I would like to try just trout. Like, I want to cook it. Maybe I can knock two birds out with one stone. I would say those are probably one of the top two goals I have. I want to catch a trout. I want to do a catch and cook. What are some brands you're loyal to because of constant quality and reliability? I really like this question. I feel like a lot of people are tied to contracts and they cannot speak on it. However, I can speak on it. I don't know if I would necessarily say that I'm loyal to any brand. I kind of use a variety of brands whenever it comes to my stuff. However, I would definitely say I really like the Evolution fishing bag. I don't know what it is about that thing. It's so easy to pull out the tackle boxes whenever I need them. It's easy to pull out my pliers whenever I need them. I've tried other tackle bags and I always seem to go back to this one as like my main one. So I really like the Evolution fishing bags. Another brand that I would say that I'm pretty loyal to is Muck Boot Company. I use their boots to go fishing. I also use their boots whenever I went hunting not too long ago with my brother, and we hiked like 4 miles and my feet did not hurt at all. Aside from that, I've used other brands for like my fishing rods and stuff, and they're all great. I really haven't had a super bad experience where I would turn people away from a brand. Now, whenever it comes to like actual like lures and stuff, I'm definitely loyal to the Rooster Tail. I'm loyal to the Beetle Spin, and I'm loyal to the Whopper Plopper. What keeps you motivated to push out content frequently? I've always enjoyed creating content. I've always enjoyed editing videos. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a job to me to sit down and edit a video. I enjoy editing and I enjoy fishing, and so I feel like putting those two together, like, it just made it very fun for me. I feel like if you're looking at it as like, oh my gosh, this is like so boring, I don't like editing, I don't like doing this, you're not going to have the motivation to do it if you're not passionate about it. If you guys have any more questions for me, feel free to drop them down below and I will do a part 2 Q&A at some point. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to me talk. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for coming with me and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.